Hello, all, welcome back. So, I got a request, of which I get many, and I try to get to them, and sometimes I don't get to them immediately. But this one I'm going to. This has come from, well, you know who it came from. I'm not going to name names, but this is in commemoration of Anzac Day. So you'll be hearing the song on the 27th of April. Let's just get into it, and we'll discuss it as we go on.
I wrote this song in 1971. Now, the mathematicians will work out that was 38 years ago. Can't believe that, but this is how old this song is. And I wrote it after I saw my first Anzac Day march in Australia, which was in Canberra in 1971. And I wrote this song, and here it is. Next year, John and I celebrate our 30th anniversary together. I bought him a gold watch. I bet you're glad I came into that Salvation Army hostel.
And rescued me.
Now when I was a young man, I carried me pack, and I lived the free life on the rover. From the Murray's green basin to the dusty outback, oh, I waltzed my Matilda all over. Then in 1915, my country said, son, it's time you stop rambling, there's work to be done. So they gave me a tin hat, and they gave me a gun, and they marched me away to the war. And the band played Waltzing Matilda as the ship pulled away from the quay. And amidst all the cheers, the flag waving and tears, we sailed off for Gallipoli. How well I remember that terrible day, how our blood stained the sand and the water, and of how in that hell that they call Sula Bay, we were butchered like lambs at the slaughter. Johnny Turk, he was waiting, he primed himself well, he showered us with bullets and he rained us with shell. And in 5 minutes flat, he'd blown us all to hell, nearly blew us right back to Australia. But
So, history, if you go and look at it, talks about the this referring to the Gallipoli Campaign and what was then the Ottoman Empire, which we now know as Turkey, and the ANZACS is this is the birthplace, the legend, the real legend, the beginning, the origin, essentially, of the Australian-New Zealand Army Corps, which was sort of constituted into be part of the Commonwealth force that went there, and it took a beating, like a major beating. You know, when he talks here about Johnny Turk and they were primed well, this campaign failed. This is World War One, and there were to be other campaigns. But when you talk about Gallipoli and you talk about other landings and other conflicts that were just so brutal as to be unimaginable, this is one of them. The song's beautiful. It's it's a folk song, obviously. The Waltz Matilda we'll get to, but because he spells out what a Waltz Matilda, what it signifies, but he's intertwined it with the song of taking that joyousness, that freedom, that sort of ebullient feeling you'd have when you were wandering, to be free from the constraints and then to be saddled with the responsibility of war. Poor.
But the band played Waltzing Matilda when we stopped to bury our slain. We buried ours, and the Turks buried theirs, and we started all over again. And those that were left, we tried to survive in that mad world of blood, death and fire. And for 10 weary weeks I kept myself alive, though around me the corpses piled higher. Then a big Turkish shell knocked me off overhead, and when I woke up in me hospital bed and saw what it had done, oh, I wished I was dead. Never knew there was worse things than dying. For I'll go no more waltzing Matilda all around the green bush far and free, to hum tent and pegs a man needs both legs. No more waltzing Matilda for me. So they gathered the crippled, the wounded, the maimed, and they shipped us back home to Australia. The armless, the legless, the blind, the insane, those proud wounded heroes of Suvla. And as our ship sailed into Circular Quay, I looked at the place where me legs used to be, and thank Christ there was nobody waiting for me to grieve, to mourn, or to pity. But the band played Waltzing Matilda as they carried us down the gangway, but nobody cheered. They just stood and stared, then they turned their faces away. And so now, every April, I sit on me porch and I watch the parade pass before me. I see my old comrades, how proudly they march, reviving old dreams of past glories. The old men march slowly, old bones stiff and sore, the tired old heroes from a forgotten war. And the young people ask, what are they marching for? And I ask myself the same question. But the band plays Waltzing Matilda. The old men still answer the call, but as year follows year, more old men disappear, Someday no one will march there at all. Waltzing Matilda, waltzing Matilda, you'll come waltzing Matilda with me. And their ghosts may be heard as they march by that billabong. You'll come waltzing Matilda with me. Thank you very much. God bless.
That was beautiful. And I think, I can wax lyrical about what did the lyrics mean and the context. I can tell you about the history of Gallipoli and the beginnings of that sort of absolutely earned commemorative day. I can tell you about the fun I've had over the years watching the rivalry between Australia and England and New Zealand, England in sports. Waltz Matilda has often played at sporting events. There's a great unchallenged rivalry, I guess, in cricket, in athletics, in rugby. It sways back and forwards, but it's still deep-rooted in that shared ancestry, that shared common spirit. Now, is this about the futility of war, the horror of war? It doesn't matter. He wrote a brilliant song. If it looks Eric Bogle wrote this, I don't know much about that. I know nothing about him. I came into this blind. He's writing a story about someone sat on the porch, and he's taking you through and how the band played Waltz and Matilda, but there was just no understanding at all of what people coming back had seen. The story he tells you is absolutely stunningly visceral, but done in a gentle way that doesn't lean into anything that's, derogatory about people. In fact, it's the opposite of that. So it's a great song to commemorate a sad day. But that doesn't make the day any less important for those who are part of that heritage, that history. Yeah. Great song. Yep. You know who you were, and I'm glad I did this. It's a reminder. Take care, everybody.